Good evening again, meteorologist Jesse Kelly here. Just want to give you an update on now the 10 o'clock advisory of both Tropical Storm Marco and also Tropical Storm Laura. Marco still has winds of 65 miles an hour, moving off towards the north-northwest at 13. At some point, either tonight or as we go into your Sunday morning, Marco will eventually become a hurricane as it now begins to enter the southern parts of the Gulf of Mexico. Off towards the east of there, we're still looking at Tropical Storm Laura. Laura has winds of 50 miles an hour, moving off towards the west-northwest at 16. It is just towards the southern parts of the Dominican Republic and Haiti. That will continue to move more towards the west-northwest, so eventually work its way into Cuba as we go into your Sunday evening. So here's a look at the forecast track of Marco. It will strengthen to a Category 1 storm. It could potentially make a landfall into southeast Louisiana as a Category 1 storm with winds around 80 miles an hour as we go into Monday late morning to the early parts of the afternoon, and then it will weaken and begin to slow down big time as it moves across the central and southern parts of Louisiana, eventually working its way into deep East Texas. So with this slowing down like this, it will weaken to a tropical depression and then pretty much just fall apart. But with this and also with Laura potentially making landfall in a similar location where Marco may just weaken altogether, obviously that could lead to some flooding concerns. Laura will strengthen quite a bit as it works its way from Cuba. It's going to be out to the Gulf of Mexico, so it will rather strengthen to a Category 1 storm, potentially making landfall across southern Louisiana or even to southern Mississippi as a Category 1 storm, winds of 90 miles an hour. So do not be surprised if we could see these numbers go up or go down with the next advisory, and then this will become a tropical depression by Thursday evening near Memphis, Tennessee, and then it'll get caught up in the westerlies and rapidly move off towards the northeast over the upper Midwest and also into the northeast as we go along into the weekend. So what's going on right now is we have high pressure out towards the west and high pressure out towards the east. And so the ridges of high pressure will pretty much be steering these storms off towards the north. So we have a weakness in the ridge pretty much right over the deep south. So that's why both these systems will eventually work their way either from Texas or even towards Mississippi and Alabama over the next couple of days. That's where the steering currents are steering both Marco and also Laura. So at least to the short term, so Robin's Targeted Futurecast shows a quiet evening for tonight. Looking very nice for your Sunday. Expecting lots of sunshine. A mixture of sun and clouds. Could see a stray shower or two. We'll see temperatures warming up into the upper 80s and lower 90s. As we go along into your Monday, we'll see those temperatures start off into the 70s. We will see clouds on the increase. We may begin to see rain and thunderstorms on the increase, especially towards the south and east of Shreveport, as Marco begins to make a landfall again as we go into Monday late morning or into the first part of the afternoon, somewhere south and east of New Orleans. But models show that this will pretty much potentially hug the coast of South Louisiana and eventually this will pretty much fall apart somewhere into deep East Texas as we go into your Tuesday. And right behind Marco will be Hurricane Laura. This will again make landfall somewhere across southern parts of Louisiana as we go into Wednesday. So yes, it is quite possible that we can see two landfalling hurricanes as we go into Monday and Wednesday across the southern parts of Louisiana. So again, wherever this could potentially track over the same areas that Marco tracked over, and of course that could potentially lead to some flash flooding as we go into this week. So again, we'll watch it for you very carefully as we continue to fine tune the forecast, especially for us here into the ArkLaTex. So here's another model here. This is the American model, or the GFS, showing you the ridge of high pressure will not allow Marco to move north once it makes a landfall across southeast Louisiana. Actually, the ridge of high pressure will force the system to curve left and actually move more towards the west over the central and the southern parts of the states. It will continue to weaken as it moves into Texas as we go into your Tuesday. And then Laura will be a little bit stronger than Marco. It will make a landfall again, potentially across southern Louisiana as we go into your Wednesday. The ridge of high pressure out towards the east will force this storm towards the north. Eventually, it will move off towards the north, get caught up into the westerlies, by Thursday and Friday, and that will rapidly work its way off towards the east over the upper northeast, or over the upper Midwest rather, as we go into Friday and Saturday. We should begin to see rain chances begin to decrease some as we get closer to the weekend. So rainfall amounts between now and next weekend, at least according to the Weather Prediction Center, says that the higher totals will be towards the south and east of Shreveport, where we could see potentially 4 to 6 inches of rain, with amounts a little bit lighter off towards the north and west of Shreveport. But again, this is not set in stone quite yet. But again, we will continue to fine tune the forecast as we continue to get more information, more data, and more information on where exactly Marco and Laura will track over the next couple of days. So we will continue to fine tune that forecast for you, and we will continue to fine tune our threats here under the ArkLaTex, especially as we're going to your Sunday and also into your Monday. So again, it's quite possible that we can see impacts from both storms here into the ArkLaTex, and also see potentially 2 landfalls in South Louisiana from Marco and also from Laura. And thankfully, the 2 landfalls will occur on separate days. Now, make sure you have a way to receive warnings, especially for the next couple of days. Also receive alerts, so you can download the new weather app. That's the ArkLaTex Weather Authority app. You can download the app in your Google Play Store and also on your Apple device. So your next 7 days shows a very nice forecast for your Sunday. We'll begin to see thunderstorm chances on the increase, especially towards the south and east for Monday. I think we're going to see better rain chances for all of us, potentially Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, as it's still possible that we can see impacts from both Laura and Marco during the midweek. But as we go into the weekend, we will begin to see those rain chances decrease, and we'll see temperatures going right back up into the 90s. Lows at night, rather warm, lower to middle 70s.